Hey everyone! All right, so today what we're going to do is talk about median value. And that's really just a fancy math way of saying what is the middle number in a set of data that I've been given, or a set of numbers that I've been given. So how do we find the median? Well, there's a couple of steps that we need to follow. No matter how many numbers are in your set of data, the first thing you'll always do is you will always put those numbers in order from smallest to biggest. So if I had a set of 3 numbers, I would put those 3 numbers in order from smallest to biggest. If I had a set of 40 numbers, I would put those numbers in order from smallest to biggest. And then I would be able to find my middle. Here in this example, we've been given a small set to start. So the first thing we would do is we would take our set of data, our set of numbers, and we would put them in order from smallest to biggest. And they've done that for us here. We've got 3, 5, and then 12. Because the data set is so small, it's very easy to see what our middle number is. Our middle number is 5, and so we would say the median is 5. When the sets get bigger, that's when it gets a little trickier to see what the middle number actually is. But there's a strategy you can use. So here we've got a big set of data here. In total, there are 15 numbers in the set of data. Regardless of how many numbers there are, we're still going to put them in order from smallest to biggest. So that's what they've done here. And the strategy that I like to use is called first last. So to find the middle, I just cross off the first number, the last number, the first number, the last number, all the way until I get to that middle number. I will either get 1 number left in the middle or 2 numbers left in the middle, depending on how my set is if my set is either even or odd numbered. And this one is odd numbered because 15 is an odd number. So here is my middle number, 23, and so because my middle number is 23, my median is 23. So I would say my median is 23. What happens if I am given a set of numbers that's even? Well, in that case, you're going to have 2 numbers left in the middle. So when we do that first and last strategy, after we put the numbers in order from smallest to biggest, and I cross out my first and my last, I get 2 numbers left in the middle, and you'll see that here in just a minute when I'm done crossing off first and last. So I'm getting closer to my middle, and I can see if I were to cross off this 21 and this 23, I'd be left with nothing. I don't want that to happen. So what I would do in this case is I would take those 2 numbers and I would add them together and then divide them in 2 or split them in half to figure out what number goes in the middle here. So down here, they've shown that you take those 2 numbers that are left, 21 and 23, and you add them together to get 44. When you divide 44 by 2, you get 22, which makes perfect sense because 22 is the number that is in between 21 and 23. And so your median would be 22. So let's do an example here. Here I've got a set of 7 numbers. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in order. So I'm going to put 2 first, and then 7, and then I'm going to put 49, 65 almost tricked me, then 65, 71 would come next, then 81, then 89, and 103. And I can do my first last, so I can cross off my first and my last, numbers. And when I've done that, I will see that I've got, there were 8 numbers in that set. I will see that I've got 2 numbers left over. If I cross those 2 numbers out, I wouldn't be able to find my median. So my strategy is to add those 2 numbers together. So using my calculator, and you can use your calculator too, I'm going to add 65 plus 71, and that equals 136. I'm going to divide that by 2 to find out what number would be exactly in between 65 and 71. So I divide by 2, and it would be 68 would be right in the middle of those 2. So I'm going to type in 68 is my median, and I'm right. So that's how you find the median, and that's what you're going to practice this week.